Prepare yourself for one of the most heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, and emotionally devastating episodes in anime history. Episode 8 of Kaiji, Ultimate Survivor, titled Crushing Blow, takes everything we love about psychological thrillers and shatters it into tiny, irreparable pieces, right alongside Kaiji's spirit. From the cold, calculating betrayal of his so-called ally to the shocking moment where hope is completely obliterated, this episode hits hard. But before we get into the soul-crushing despair, let's take a step back and break down exactly what went wrong, and why this is a masterpiece of psychological horror. Kaiji, our unlucky yet determined protagonist, has been struggling to survive the brutal gambling game known as restricted rock, paper, scissors. He's been outwitting opponents, forming alliances, and desperately trying to stay afloat in a game where losing means crushing financial and personal ruin. At the end of the previous episode, Kaiji was in a decent position, or at least that's what he thought. He had collected a decent amount of stars, which are required to escape the game alive, and had a plan to get out safely. But this is Kaiji, and nothing is ever that simple. The episode starts with Kaiji realizing that his supposed ally, Fune, has completely abandoned him after taking advantage of his trust. This moment is painful to watch, as Kaiji had relied on their deal to secure his survival, only to be left completely exposed. Kaiji had hoped that his alliance with Fune would provide mutual benefits, but Fune had planned his betrayal all along. By misleading Kaiji into thinking he had a partner, Fune was able to exploit his emotions and use him as a pawn before leaving him to rot. Kaiji's world comes crashing down as he realizes he has almost no stars left and no reliable way to win. His inner monologue is filled with raw emotion, ranging from pure rage to utter hopelessness. Why, oh why did I trust him? This moment is brilliantly directed, with the animation focusing on Kaiji's trembling hands, sweat-dripping face, and wide, panic-filled eyes. It perfectly captures what true fear and desperation look like. Knowing he has almost nothing left to lose, Kaiji frantically tries to make a deal with other players, but no one is willing to help him. He's officially been cornered like an injured animal, and the game is about to end. With no options left, Kaiji is forced into one last desperate gamble, a move that will either save him or destroy him completely. But just when he thinks he might somehow pull through, bam! Kaiji loses. And not just a little, he loses everything. His opponent mercilessly crushes his final hope, leaving Kaiji with 0 stars, 0 money, and 0 chances of escaping. The silence that follows is chilling. Kaiji just stares at his trembling hands, unable to process what just happened. For a brief moment, we see pure, unfiltered despair. And it hurts. This episode isn't just about losing a game. It's about how betrayal and psychological warfare can completely break a person. Kaiji learns the hardest lesson possible. Trusting people can get you destroyed. Not everyone plays fair. Desperation makes people monsters. The animation, sound design, and pacing in this episode are flawless in making the audience feel Kaiji's pain. It's stressful, suffocating, and brilliantly crafted. And the worst part? This isn't even the lowest Kaiji will sink. So, whether you're a diehard fan or watching for the first time, Kaiji, Ultimate Survivor Episode 8 delivers one of the most soul-crushing moments in anime history. And we're only getting started. Get ready, because things are about to get even worse.